Those people need rules. Thou shalt not embarrass themselves.
I
Because
need rules and boundaries. Yeah, because
they need rules and boundaries because they set you free.
Because yeah, they do. Well, absolutely. I mean, people. It's not just rules and boundaries for other people. It's rules and boundaries for yourself. When my daughter was ill, and she came to live with me, because her mother just couldn't fucking deal with it. We did what was called. I didn't realise it had actually had a name, but the senior psychologist called it the steel box, and it basically means you don't literally put them in a box. So that was tempting at times, but you create a structure of very firm boundaries, but then within those boundaries, they're free to do whatever they want. So it's safe. They're safe to experiment and come to terms with their own lives and things. Well, that's what I've always done with my kids. My kids have always had very firm boundaries. Within that, they can do pretty much anything. It's a bit like, it's a good example. I saw a post the other day from, I think it was Tacky Moore, actually. It was asking Facebook in general, how do you enforce, or what boundaries do you enforce on your kids' internet usage? And with my kids, they knew what the rules were. I didn't enforce them in the sense that there were no software checks. I was the home network system administrator, and I just said, I will, from time to time, check to see what you've been looking at. And if you break the rules we've got, you will lose your internet access. So it was trust but verify.
Yeah.
You know? So within, they knew what the rules were. I didn't have to. I mean, the thing is, probably anything else, this software is easy. You know, that kind of nanny software is fucking easy to get around.
Yeah.
And the kids being what they are, and especially my kids being clever like their old man, they'd have done it as well. So it's much easier just to say, look, you can do it if you want, but if you fuck up and I catch you fucking up, you'll pay the consequences.
When I was younger, John, well, to expand on that point, kids nowadays have fucking 4G data plans on their phones. Your children are my age and a little bit younger, aren't they? Some of them.
Yeah.
So they may or may not have had 4G access like we do today. Anyway, I digress. So when I was younger, I had two phones, and my parents didn't know about my other phone, and I was meant to leave my phone outside my room every night, and all of a sudden I started doing it quite happily with no arguments, which raised suspicion. And that was my downfall. Yeah, so after a month, they called me out on it, and all right, yeah, you caught me. But yeah, for a good month, I'd give them my phone, go to bed, still got my other phone tapping away all night.
I do. So yeah, it's kids. And the thing is, kids, when they do these things, I think, a little bit like clients, really, they think, oh, they'll never figure this one out. They're old and stupid. You know? Yeah, no, we're not. We were young once too.
Yeah.
But yeah, boundaries and rules. I mean, so when people say if they have boundaries and rules, it actually constrains them, but it doesn't. It frees up so much of your time and effort. If you know that you will only deal with a certain kind of business under certain conditions, you free up all that time from having to get on the phone with people who are not qualified. You free up all that time of having to do the equivalent in your own head, even if not actually literally doing it yourself. And going onto LinkedIn and asking, here's the proposition, should I take it or not? You don't have to do any of that.
There's no
debate, you know. Hey?
That's ridiculous.
People do it all the time, don't they?
That's fucking ridiculous. The other thing is, smart people, they eventually listen and they create their rules and boundaries, and they're designed in a smart way, which is meant to protect you, the business owner, protect your time, mainly so you don't have to waste time with stupid decision making. But many of them make the mistake of not telling their employees and their staff, these are my boundaries, this is what you can and can't do. A lot of them don't even enforce it with their own staff. We've had clients who set rules and boundaries, but then let their own staff members break it. And it's like, well, hang on a minute, you need rules and boundaries, not just for your business as a whole, not just for the clients that you take on, but also for your internal operations. You need to protect your space and your time more than anyone else in the company.
I think people should have rules and boundaries for everyone, from the fucking spouse and children on up.
Mm-hmm.
sandwich the way you like to look at it. I mean, everyone, if you don't have boundaries, then you waste so much time debating whether or not something's okay, and often even arguing about things.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to set the rules, and if necessary, especially with kids and things, post them on the fridge. These are the rules. You break the rules, you pay the consequences. Do you understand the rules? Rosie, my daughter, do you understand the rules? Yes. Do you agree they're fair? Yes. Okay, that's it. So there's no,
nothing more needs to be said.
them. There's no, oh, it's not fair. I didn't understand. I didn't realise. Yeah, I actually made Rosie. Well, I didn't make it, but she agreed to sign them.
And I tell you what's funny is Holly asks the same question every week when we're planning what we're going to do for the week. Do you agree that this is fair and you will try to achieve everything we've set this week?
Oh, fair enough.
Yes,
I thought it was a stupid question you were going to say. Yeah.
No. And then we go, yes, Holly. Sometimes we're just nodding dogs because we just want to get off the fucking call so we can work. And then Holly goes, and do you agree this is impossible to understand? Do you understand? Yes, Holly, yes. And then fucking quite a few times, half an hour later, she'll get a voice message from me going, what do you mean by this? And she'll go, Connor,